anybody joining me, because it's very impromptu. I normally do a live on a Sunday if I'm going to do one. Well, people that watched me yesterday know I had a day in the studio that we all dread, where the Resin Gods are not kind, where technology isn't your friend, and when the art that you create isn't something that you're proud of. I did it all on live TV. So I thought to myself, Sharon, you could either not do one again and run away into the woods and never do any live again, or you can get back on the horse and you can try and do it again. And that's what I'm doing. So I have cleaned my room, got my space into a place where I'm happy, made sure my camera handle is set up right. I've double gloves so that I don't get any stickiness on me. Hello, Alison. And I thought, I'm just going to do this for my own self-confidence, and whether anybody joins me or not, I'll talk to myself. And if nobody does, I can always just redo it again and edit it and make it into a video. Anyway, I am digressing, but that is me. Hello, Tina. Hello, Alison. Thank you for turning up to my very impromptu live. I'm going back to make this better, but this time I'm going to do it one at a time, and they're all set out. I am going to change my colours up because it did not work very nice with those pigments. So on one of the pieces I'm going to put in the turquoise. There may be a little bit of cobalt blue, which is resin 8, and then there may be a little bit of the open water blue, which is just for you. Hello, Patricia. Thank you. And Colour Cottage Super Sparkle White. Now, all my boards, I've got one here and two behind. I've got my cups written on, so I know which is going to be in there, Casting Craft and Mermaid Trash. So I'm just going to stick with those two to continue the experiment. I've got my heat gun, my blowtorch. I've got my fresh cups, and we're just going to go for this. So thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart, the people that stuck with me yesterday. I tell you what, I just wanted the ground to open up, swallow me, and make it all disappear. You know, when it's just not going right and it's all live and you feel very self-conscious and it's like, right, come on, Sharon, you can do this. Right, now I've said my piece, I am now going to measure out my resin. And we're going to be working with Mastercast 1-to-1 because that's the one I'm using. The bottom of the remaining, so it'll be 100ml hardener, 100ml resin. So I will just go and measure that out. And also, if you want to make yourself a cup of tea because you didn't know I was doing this or get settled, go and do that, because we've got about 3 minutes of me just mixing or answering any questions. And you're right, Patricia, it's just part, isn't it, of growing up, having to do stuff that you don't enjoy doing and go through it. Anyway, I hope you have had an amazing day wherever you are in the world. It's Monday. So Monday is, you know, for some people it's the start of the week. And, you know, you've been relaxing at home and then you're going back to work. So hopefully this Monday evening I will be able to provide some humour in relaxation. But you are all my safety net and positive encouragers for me to keep doing these lives. I take my hat off to artists still deaf that do it every single night. I definitely don't have a setup to do that. But who knows? I might practice. I might get better. I know my camera angle wasn't great for people yesterday, so I've worked for that today. I'm just putting 100ml resin hardener. Now I'm putting my 100ml part B in. So that'll get 200ml. There most likely will be some left over, but I have got some moulds to one side. And if we have any left, I'm going to show you how I do those little hearts that look beautiful as magnets or table decorations or standalone pieces of art. Sorry, I'm just eyeballing this, making sure I don't go over. We want to start in a very tranquil zen place. So we've got Sharon Jones. You caught this one. Sandy, I've got it. Come on, thank you. That's what I love. That's what I love. Oh, I thought to myself, well, to get over it, Sharon, what you might have to do is try and do a live a night for 7 days just to get organised and get over it. Apologies if you do have one of these, but I'm just going to set my timer. Hey Siri, set timer for 3 minutes. But this gives me a great opportunity to talk to you all. So, Jacqueline, I am so glad you're getting to see one live today. You get to interact with me. You get to be my positive people out there that's going to sprinkle some happy dust on me and get me back into my grooves. Oceans are normally something I can do incredibly well, in my own opinion. I enjoy doing them. So, we're getting back on it. Alison, you're playing with resin, trying the waves again. I failed yet again. It's nice knowing it can happen to all of us. Alison, you know what? Resin and art, you can just have days where it just does not go your way. And for whatever reason, you can do it another day and it all just comes back. But other than the waste of money, which nobody wants to do, we can go back and we can learn from it, or we can rework it. So my learn yesterday was be more prepared, have my camera angles in better angles, and knowing that if I'm not going to paint the underneath, those transparent pigments, they're not very forgiving. Yeah, that's my learns. So make sure, Alison, you get back on the horse and you continue to try with resin again and your waves. And hopefully tonight we all might learn something together. What have you all been up to anyway? Tina, what have you been up to? Sandy, Patricia, Christina, another Sharon, great name. Jacqueline, what have you all been up to today on Monday? Is it a work day for you, or have you been creating? You've been out in the sun if you've been having nice weather like us. I'm trying to be I've got the day off work tomorrow. So I thought, as well as doing my creativeness and editing, which it would normally be a day for editing, I am going to maybe do a sculpture if I've got enough resin left. I do have some stone coat countertops, but I'm reluctant to use that to do a sculpture if I've not used a resin to do a sculpture before, because I don't want to lose it. I can even hear in my voice, I'm trying to sound tranquil and relaxed to keep my energies in a good place. No, not giving up. No, don't give up on you or me. It's all about keeping with it. I think also that though different pigments that you work on can respond differently in your resin, and that's part of the excitement, but also part of the learns. So Sharon was off work today and tomorrow, then off for a couple of weeks. Oh, may get some resin time. Well, I hope you're going to get to rest, re-energize, and do whatever makes you happy on your days off. Sandy, not much, just watching videos. Oh, hey Siri, stop. What kind of videos? Art videos, YouTube, or movies? Sometimes I just like to take a time away from art, away from anything, and just binge watch on Netflix. I always have my go-to ones that I go back to. All right, so the resin is mixed because we're going to be using it straight away. There is going to be bubbles in there, but I'm going to try and not stress over that. I have this nice silicone stirring stick that is for baking. Comes in beautiful for doing your resin. Just give that a wipe off. And we're good to go. So, Christina's been running errands. Patricia's been painting on some canvases. Oh, I love paper and canvas. Sandra, not stopping us bedtime. That's okay. Make sure you pop by later. And thank you so much for saying hi at 4:30 in the morning. Tina tried some hand beading today while sitting in the sun. Oh, nice. I hope that worked well for you. Oh, no, purple. No, I've dropped my hair in resin twice. And unfortunately for me, I had to just snip the end of my hair off. I got a nice neat edge, but there was no way of leaving it in there. Otherwise, it was going to stick to everything else. So hopefully you didn't lose too much hair. Yes, Tia, the camera angle, I am happy with it. It's stable. I'm going to be able to work in front of it. We're just going to do one at a time. I'll just make sure that it's in focus for you. So hopefully nobody will get vertigo. So when you put a top coat on a piece and you find the resin cures and you find you missed a bit, what can you do? It depends where it is. I mean, all you can do sometimes is put another layer of coating there, unless it's at a place where you can patch it up, which I'd be a bit reluctant to do. Working on t-shirt quilting from my daughter's graduation college. Oh, that sounds lush. Is it going to be all bright and colourful? Yeah, Christina, I'm so sorry if I set your Siri off. Night, Sandra. Okay, so you had to cut a bit of your hair off as well, but not too much damage. Don't worry, my first try I was looking so close to the resin, I got my fringe stuck in it. Oh no! Oh my god, I hope that never impacted your vision. All right, and what I mean by that is you didn't get any in your eye, did it? Did ya? All right, so as usual, or as I did before, I'm just going to put some in here that I want for my casting craft. And I truly believe that casting craft and mermaid trash are roughly the same consistency and same effects. So if you are over the pond and you're not over in UK and you can't get casting craft, mermaid trash might be something that you enjoy if you like that kind of consistent. No, just hair was typical of me. Oh, do you know what? I've had it everywhere. It's ridiculous. Well, I'm glad you are safe. All right. So with casting craft, I know we said it yesterday. Oh, sorry, you're going to have a little bit of fun with the vision going in and out if I'm too near that. So I'm going to have to watch that. Otherwise, you might all get a little bit dizzy there. All right, one squirt. A decent squirt. If I don't put enough of my casting craft in and it starts to be a bit transparent, it's so easy to add it. But a little goes so long. So far, not long. A little goes a long way. Not so long. All right. Let me see if I can get to the camera without it going blurry. This is how opaque I normally like my casting craft. The risk if you put too much in to the volume of your resin is it can leave a little bit of residue on top. That'll be good. And that's going to give me a very similar feel when I use... Oh, I've got my name on it, so I best put it to the side I can see it, eh? Put my casting craft behind, and I know. So mermaid trash, very similar, very oily sort of look to it, like if you were using paint for around the home. I'm not saying it is that, it's just the look it gives to me. Should get that lid off, but we'll leave that for another day, otherwise I'm going to have to take my gloves off. All right, so a little will go a long way. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but it's like a house paint. Oh, is it going to focus on that for you? It's like a house paint, like a gloss. Not saying it is that, it just looks like that. And a little bit, roughly the same amount that I put in my casting craft. Come to this side so I don't keep blurring it for you. And then we'll show you. Now, if I don't get to respond to your comments, I do apologise. I'm on my own. But I'm sure you will all entertain yourself in the meantime. Or if we're getting any new guests arriving, you'll be able to entertain them while I'm creating. All right, so that's the very similar consistency as the casting craft. One of them, the mermaid one, does look a little bit like it's got a tinge of blue in there. I don't know if that's my illusion. It is white, but it's like slightly darker. So actually, if you mix casting craft with mermaid, you might get a nice different tone of white coming through, but I could just be tripping out. Who knows? All right, now I'm going to add my Super Sparkle White. And I'm just going to put that directly into my resin just to get that nice little sparkle coming through, which will hopefully take us to a magical place where mermaids and dolphins swim around. Oh, I definitely am trying to create myself a little bit of heaven, aren't I? All right, we're going to go back in here with my stick and just give it a little stir through. The good thing with this glitter within this Super Sparkle White is it distributes fairly evenly throughout your resin. You don't get much of it floating to the top, so it's pretty good that way. And when you are adding glitter, that's something for you to take into consideration. Otherwise, you're going to get those little indents at the top where it's not going to be smooth and look like little dimples. But I don't know if you can see that the Super Sparkle White's distributed quite evenly through that. All right. Now we're going to spread our colours and hopefully get in and out of here without causing any issues, like stress for Sharon or dramas. Neil cooked my food for me before we started, so I'm all fed and watered. Dolphins spotted at Southampton today. Get out of town. That's got to be near you on Isle of Wight, surely. Do we even have dolphins down this way? I mean, I used to see them in Australia all the time. I can't believe that we would. So I'm going to gradiate the colours. I thought about doing 3 different colours on each one, but I think what I'm going to do is spread my colours evenly and just sort of blend them through. I've not worked with these 3 colour combos together, so it could look quite harsh, but I figured I'll blend them with my fingers and I'll use them sparingly, and I might use mainly the dark, a little bit of that near the front and in the middle, but let's see how that goes. So I'm just going to spread my resin out. And then if I do have any left over, I'm going to use in a mould. Let me know if you would appreciate me working on any big projects over the course of a few weeks with you. It could be one of the turtle ones where you've seen it live painting. It could be an ocean one that we build over the weeks, sunsets. I don't mind doing it. The only problem with that for you is you won't get the instant gratification of seeing the end result. You'll have to keep coming back over weeks, but it might be a good way for you to create along with me. Alrighty, I'm just going to scoop out the resin that's left, and then I'll leave my tub upside down to drain out and give that a clean when we're done. Hello Johnny, welcome. Hopefully tonight won't be as bad as the last night. Alright, that's as much I can get out of that as possible. Johnny, what you been up to today and how are you? Hello, Dancers with Aardvarks. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. All right. Let's open up this pigment for you. So these pigments I use on that very big canvas. I use hello Josephine from Texas. So this is the Resinate turquoise. You can get this in a nice glitter colour as well. But Resinate colours are a beautiful pigment, very rich. I mean, just look at that. These are all opaque. Look at those gloves, how sticky they are. Oh, here we go, here we go. Let's mix it in. Here's a stunning colour. Hello, Cheryl. I'm back to try again. I'm back on the horse. I'm trying to recover from yesterday's traumatic experience from it. All right, just look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it is glorious. It's got a beautiful shimmer in it, mixed in beautifully. If I do have all this, I might actually try them in 3 different colours. I'm flitting backwards and forwards as to what I want to do. Do I want to combine 3 colours? Hello, Jellica. Do I want to do I want to add 3 colours to one piece and graduate them? Or should I try 1 colour with white on each piece? I've got 3 pieces, 3 colours. What would you want to see? I hope I've said hello to everybody as they've been coming in. I hope you're all well. So this one is now going to be the cobalt blue. This is a metallic one, so this is going to hopefully have a nice shine on it as well. Again, this is a Resinate pigment. Little goes a long way, which is lovely. So we'll go here with this. Look at that. What would you like to see? What is the consensus? 1 colour for 1 board, or graduating colours on each board? Oh, just look at that. I forget when you don't use colours for a long while and then you come back. I don't know if you can see that. It is just yummalicious. It's got such a nice like shimmer to it and satin look. I just don't know if you're going to get that. Graduating colours, graduating colours. Oh, look at that. It's just stunning. Oh, thank you, Alison. That's really helpful. Yes, a thumbs up is really helpful. If you're new to my channel and you feel that I'm adding value and you're enjoying seeing them and you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. Put your teeth in, Sharon. And this one is lovely as well. This one is called Open Water Blue. And this one is just for you online. Sorry, my finger got in. It's a lovely deep colour. You want to say it's almost like an ultramarine. Well, there you go, look at that one. So that's going to be a deep colour. And then I will swap over my gloves, but I am double gloves, so I should get my other glove on without any drama. And I ordered a large pair of gloves as well this time, so that I don't have the drama of fingers popping through the gloves and splitting. So this one has gone fairly similar to the other colour, but it's a little bit more transparent and it's a little bit richer in pigments. So in fact, I don't know if you can see it in camera, but the competing colours, but this is slightly darker. So next time maybe I go with a slightly different colour. I have ordered myself a few different blues that's in the post. They're just not here today. So we're going to see how we go. It's exciting times. So far, so good. Does Resonate ship to USA? I hope they do. They maybe have a little look on their website. Resonate, I think it's .co.uk. They've got a fairly decent website. I know it's a smallish company, but very, 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 I mean, you know me, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form. But once I've discovered their pigments and use them, I just love them. They are just stunning, and a little goes a long way. And you might think they're expensive, right? I don't necessarily think they are for the pigment paste. They seem quite competitive to me. All right, I'm going to put my colours down in order that I believe that they're going to go. And we're going to do these one at a time. And I'm going to try and have some fun. So this is where I may go a little bit quiet. Apologies. It's only because I'm going to be concentrating on what I'm doing. So this is like a beautiful aqua colour, in my opinion. What do you think? I don't know if you're actually seeing the true colour that I'm getting here. I'm going to try and put it just behind the first wave that I did, because I've left no clear and I want that other wave to sort of shine through. So I'm going to try and pull my resin back a little bit so that as it self-level, I'm trying to force it to self-level this way. So sometimes the resin will play with me this way, sometimes not. Now, you could probably have done this a bit more transparent, but I don't mind it. At least you can see the pigment today. All right, so that's that first one. And then I'm going to come in with a cheeky little cobalt blue, but I'm going to leave a little gap between, so I'm going to put a little bit of foam. So the bottom layer is being covered up. I'm not stressed because the bottom layer was nasty to me yesterday. And I'll bring my stick through. But what I am going to do is, on the first one, I am good. Yes, Resin Gods. The first one I'm going to use my casting craft. So this is the one I tend to use. It's my go-to one. I think it's because I've worked with it so much. I normally know what I can get away with and its limitations. Not always. Just pouring a fine little bit there. Looks quite transparent, actually. I might have to add some more in there, but we'll worry about that in a bit. We'll do a little test. I'm just going to get that to touch there. And I'm going to add the darker colour at the back. And again, it doesn't matter if some of the white goes into the The blues, as I said before, that rule still goes that you don't get perfectly white waves. It's always going to have different shades of colour in there. At least you're getting some nice pigments coming through today. All right, slowly wiping my brushes so I'm not going to get a mess. Now, I really love these two here. I do enjoy this one, but the beautifulness of these two blues here. Oh, lush, lush, lush. Just trying to push it over the edge. And then if I feel I don't like this particular shade as much, I can always add some of the other colours to come through. But for the minute, I'm just going to get my heat gun on here. Add in maybe a little bit more white. Still working with the casting craft. Just bear with me. Just trying to ease it out slowly. So on here I'm going to do a bit more because I think that's where I want my deeper wave to be. And then a little bit more there because I want a lot of that green to be covered up a little bit. Right, I'm getting in a bit of a mess with my sticks. I'm just going to clean my sticks off and move them out of the way, or I'm going to get in a sticky mess. I'm going to change my gloves because I am about to get my heat gun out, and if I stick it up and ruin another heat gun, I don't know if you do that, but I can quite easily touch my heat gun and before you know it I've got resin on there and it's hardened and I can't use that again. Hello Belaine, welcome. If they stay on the board. Hello Anna, welcome. And I hope you're all well. Yeah, Artist Till Death, brilliant channel. So I'm just going to come in here now. Avert your ears if you are sensitive to noise. I'm just going to put my heat gun on. My heat gun's on 390 and it's on power level number 4. I'm just going to try and move this around a little bit. And then I'll let this one set and do the others. Then if I need to add any more casting craft to it, I'll do that afterwards. Because it is, the colours are really engulfing it. Oops. So I don't know if you can see what I mean here, but because the casting craft is not opaque enough, I need to add some more. You got some lacing that's coming through here. I'm going to take you off the stand to show you. Now, I'm not a fan of the lacing, but what I am going to do is just let it settle down a little bit. But look at these blues that's coming through. It's lovely. So I'm just going to let that settle and then I'm going to come and work on these two. So I'm putting you back in the stand now, hopefully gently. And then I'll come back and I'll work on that once it's settled. So I'm just going to stretch over and put that there. Now I have self-leveled my board, so I know that it's not going to roll off while it's there. So we're going to go on to number 2 now. For this time, I think I'm going to use very little of the turquoise. And I'm going to use the Mermaid Trash with this one. So I'm going to try and do a slightly thinner line with this one because I really did enjoy those other colours. Look how it holds that swirl that I've just done. And this one is the Cobalt Blue. I just love these two colours. And then this one is the Open Water Blue. So I'm just going to spread these colours out. And then I'll add. So I think they will need another coat, but only because I want to add more depth, not because it's lost its colour like it did last time. But this colour is just stunning. I just don't think it's doing justice for you to be able to see it on the camera. I mean, the positive is that white from yesterday is still showing through, so it's adding a little bit of movement and depth. Score. And just bringing these in. Then I'll have a little look at chart. I'm just mindful that the resin is warming up quite dramatically. itself. Oh, that's lovely. Listen, you'd be happy to have lacing, would you? Oh, you burnt the clouds. Don't give up. Give it another level. All right, so this is the mermaid trash. So I'm going to add a little bit at the front. Oh, so this has got definitely, it's more opaque. So that's the brightness. So I'm very happy with this one. Another lane here. I might try this one with just 2 waves and crisscross because I want to be able to get some of that different colour coming through. Now I'm going to get my heat gun again. So apologies. Just give my hands a wipe so they're not as sticky. The blues are absolutely stunning. Right, over with the heat gun. Same temperature, 390. And you do have to make sure you don't keep it still a lot. So I'm just trying to force the back and forth. Try not to get the gun in the camera angle for you. And you keep working your waves until you're happy with them. I like mine to look like they're crashing and there's a lot of movement in there. But I don't know if you can see, there's quite a lot of, what am I trying to say? There's a lot of, I'm just taking it out of the stand, sorry. There is a lot of the white standing on top, which I don't like. It's almost like that dusty film. But again, some beautiful effects there with that mermaid trash. I'm not a lover of all these cells and lacing. I know other people are. But at the minute, it's just going to settle and do its thing. And look at all those beautiful colours. So number 1 is settling down now, but I'll come back and I'll add some more white and then that'll get rid of some of these cells. But I love the fact that underneath the blue is caught into the white, so it really helps with that depth. And then this looks like it's rolling down. And then around here you're seeing a little bit of movement. But I'm going to stick with using mainly the, mainly the blues. Hello, Paula, she's here. I told you I was getting back on the horse, eh? All right, so number 2 is now resting. So I'm going to bring number 3 back. All right, so, yeah, thank you so much for supporting me and coming back the next day, everybody. Oh, dear me. All right, so a little bit, because I really like the flow of the other one with the colours. So the turquoise pigment, just for that front area. Then we're coming through with a cobalt blue. And finally with the open water blue, which is the one which is from Just For You online. It's just stunning. All right, so just get those colours to the edges and to interact with each other. Paula, you'll be very nice to know, very pleased to know that Alison's done a very good job at keeping our guests entertained. All right, so blending those ones through again. If you notice at this stage as well, I haven't added my torch to get rid of the bubbles. I'll do that later. I'm not too phased for this layer because I will come back and I'll do a second layer. That will be tomorrow night, where I'll show you how I'll just take, if needed, the back area. Everybody's got to work on the back side, haven't they? All right, so with this one, I'm going to do a layer of mermaid trash at the front. And then we'll do the casting craft at the back. All right, so off with that. Down to the casting craft. Then there should be enough left just to give everyone just a tiny little bit more coat. See how that's not as opaque? Ah. I really like it when they're more opaque. I like to see some bubbles in the ocean as well. All right, we're going in. If I've not seen you, I apologise. Welcome to the party. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Avert your ears if you're sensitive. I am now going to do the wave movements for this second part here. Let me see if I can rescue that. I got too excited with my heat gun. I knocked you off. I don't know if you're still with me or not. Let me see. Okay. What's it doing? There we go. Are you all still with me? I'm sorry you went on a little trip with me then. At least it never went into my painting. So let me show you a close-up of this one now. Yeah, there's always something with me, isn't there? All right, so we're going down. So that looks like that's crashing on the shore. Those colours. I know it didn't go in my creation this time. So what I am now going to do is bring back them in rotation again. So I'll let this one settle. I'm not going to be adding any more. Oh dear, I've got to stretch over here. I'm going to drop you again. I'm going to just put you to one side while I reach over. Apologies. And what if I do it like this now? All right, so you can see I am going to be reaching over. Hurting my back, but it's okay because everybody's going to get to see. And I'm going to bring back the original one now. And the reason I'm bringing the original one is it's had a chance to settle, and I want to see now if I add some more white on it, can I get the kind of waves that I like more in the third one. So just going to bring that back over. There's been very little drip offs on the stand. There has been around here, but not there. So it's fairly level. But you can see it's lost some of the movement. You still laugh? What are you laughing at? Oh, dear me. I like to entertain you all. Make you giggle. We're doing the ocean shuffle, we are. You're like, which one are we on? Well, we're on the very first one, because that's the one that lost most of where it was doing that. I mean, this one's gone crazy. The second and third one, absolutely crazy. I don't know if I like it or not, but it definitely looks like it's churning. I'm going to take you out the stand again and have a little look where I'm seeing. Sorry. How crazy is that gone? I don't know if I like it or not. That's the mermaid trash. Mermaid trash at front and the casting craft at the back. So, I mean, yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? All right, so you're back on the stand. Apologies, people with vertigo. I'm going to try and get you. Oh, I am normal, aren't I? I'm just somebody doing this. All right, trying to get that. So when I stretch over for the other end, I mean, this here I can reuse. It's got some beautiful effects. I might take some photos of it. Anyway, I'm getting lost. So my casting craft, I need one more squirt in there because it just wasn't opaque enough for me. Oh, that was the casting craft, I swear. Oh, Johnny, don't make me paranoid. Oh, somebody left yesterday because it was all a little bit too much, the vertigo. But it was a disaster yesterday. All right, so I squirted into the pot. I swear that wasn't me trumping. And I'm going to add some more because it all disappeared. And that's when, you know, if some people say, I lost all my waves, Sharon, my foam, that's the most common cause. If your pigment is not opaque enough, it's just going to disappear into the resin and you'll lose it. So not that there, I know that's going to be a good, it's going to be a good swipe because it's standing on top. I'm still getting that very solid colour. I just know it's going to be good. Trust me, people. All right. So I'm now going back with my heat gun, so be careful. Yeah, I am on a roll. They are still on the board. All right, we're going to start with the back one. Boom. That's how I like my waves. Although it is starting to sell still. Ah, stop selling. Right. Do I want to blast it anymore? Yes, I do. Just a little bit here. All right, I am going to just move that out of the way and try not to put my sticky fingerprints on there, but alcohol will wear that off. Just getting it central because God help it if it falls off. All right, so this is the one where it's doing really weird stuff and I've decided I don't like it. Well, hello, Patty, welcome. These here, it's crazy. It looks like brain cells. Well, this sounds really weird, doesn't it? Brain cells. Well, it obviously doesn't look like brain cells, but it looks like, I don't know, matter. I don't like it. It freaks me out, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to do it again. This is Mermaid Trash going over it. So I'm going to give it the same respect that I gave Casting Craft, where I'm going to pop it around. I'm happy with the consistency of it. I know it's staying at the top. Maybe I overheated it. Maybe I just need to settle this down again. It's freaking me out. It's probably like what those people that don't like dots. What do you call them? Not them, but there's a fear, isn't there? They really wouldn't have liked that one. I wonder if I've got a bit of that. All right. All right. I am now coming in at the back. Always look after your backside first. Okay, I like that better, but I'm just scared it's going to start doing its thing. So, you know what? Mermaid Trash might be very good if you want to create cells within your picture. I'm going to torch it as well, but I don't think it's going to... It's not really going to do anything to it. All right. But I can live with it. Oh, look at that. Dirty little mark there, Sharon. Get rid of that dirty little blob. We are staying on top of this today. Don't jinx yourself, Sharon. Do not jinx yourself. All right. At least these are more ocean waves that represent Sharon. All right. Number 2, transported correctly. Number 3 is about to come over. Now, number 3 is not going to get as much love as 1 and 2 because we are just about out of the white foam. So I'm going to have to scrape it out, I'm afraid. But I'm just happy that it's semi-representing my type of work. All right, casting craft, come on, we can do it. We can scrape around the bottom and we can make this work. The only downside is I am not going to have any for making my heart, so I'm going to use these greens and these blues in a mould that I've got, a jewellery mould, which I'll show you. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of effects this one's going to give, because I'm not putting as thicker lines down here as I would normally, but I might just have to keep hold of some of this in case. So a little bit of that mermaid trash at the back. Very, very little of this one as well. So just going over where the foam was, just so that oh, sugar, right through the middle of the water. I'm starting to get sloppy, people. It's that race, isn't it, when you know that your resin's curing. Paula, I'm glad I got back on the horse. Otherwise, I'd have been stressing about it all week, and then Sunday I might have had an anxiety sort of thing. Oh, what do I do? And I would have sounded like that. Anyway, who do we have on here? If it's your first time watching me live or seeing my channel at all, let me know. Thank you all so much for coming back and being entertained by Shazla. It's my new name I'm giving myself. Not really. But I really do appreciate it, because I know I joke, but yesterday it was quite traumatic. If you've ever done a presentation or anything, when for some reason it's just not working for you and you become very self-conscious and you just think, oh my, oh my, oh my. That was me yesterday. I'm just putting a little bit of casting craft in there because I don't think there's enough to give the effect I want. All right. The heat gun for the last time for this. I'm glad you're learning. That's what it's for, these. And it's the reality of what it is that we're doing today. We're learning together. Oh, I have a feeling this wave's not going to go nicely. It's like it's got a fizzy perm that's gone astray. Yeah, I don't like this one. I'm going to try and blow it out. I'm going to actually just put some dark on there because I really didn't like that one. It suddenly went really weird. But look at all those cells. It's bizarro. Some of them are so deep. The effect's pretty cool, but I'm not necessarily a lover of it. So I am just going to add a little bit of dark blue around here just to compensate for it. I'm sorry, I know we shouldn't waste resin, but it's tough. I want to have a semi nice piece to work on next time. And I'm just going to use my spatula to blend that in, and we'll just stick with a wave crashing at the front for this one because we've run out of white. But this is me working through problems with you. All right, it's quite nice in itself, that effect. I've lost some there, so I'm just going to put a little bit there. All right, so worked through that problem. I actually quite like that. Oh wow. I'm going to take you in and have a little look. It's almost like the water's rippling. So I'm going to take my gloves off, take you through to see that. Avert your eyes if you're motion sickness while I just take you in. Simone, welcome. Karen, first time in Vegas. Oh, should have said first time with me, but you're in Vegas. All right, so what do you think to that? How does that not look like the top of water there? And it's like it's the ripples on top of the water coming to where it's just crashing there. I mean, stumbled on a happy little accident there, in the words of Bob Ross. Still getting a bit of selling coming up, but I don't know if you can see that graduating colour there. But yeah, and this is the number 2. That's got a lot of the, what is it, Sharon? The mermaid trash. So that gives you a lot more cells than this here, which is my casting craft that I really enjoy, that gives you that movement. But they're all choppy. I really love this one and the tranquility of it. So what I'm going to do, oh, hello Anne, first time from Australia, one of my favourite places in the whole world. I'm going to put these 2 out the way, and then I best make sure that's neat because I really like that one. And so the products, and the white was the mermaid trash. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that means so much, Marcia. That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. And the casting craft. But let's just go and explore the effects that's come in here. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take you down and show you this. All right, bear with me. We're taking you down, but let's have a little skim through. I mean, look at that. I mean, sometimes some of the best art comes from the drip-offs, where you get to learn a few different effects and techniques. Look at that. Stunning. Anyway, what I am going to do is get a mould out. I'm tempted to leave those because I might be able to cut it and use it in some art. I don't want to disturb it. It's lush. All right, I'm going to see what moulds I've got. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any white, so we're not going to really create any special effects, and I don't have anything, but I can put them in my jewellery mould that I've got, and then I'll come and chat with you all. That's if you want to chat from my spontaneous thing. So just creating myself a little board there. So this is a mould that I have not used before. It's a jewellery one, so I am going to pour in some of the colours that I've got left just in here, because I want to leave those patterns underneath, because I do think that I'll be able to incorporate that in some of the art. So I'm just moving my camera slightly, and I am going to do a video on these for future ones, but I'll be able to tell you where I get the mould from. I believe this one was from Etsy. It's quite an expensive one, but I figured if you're going to sell some jewellery, it might just be beautiful. But at least tomorrow I should be able to show you what this mould did to the jewellery. And is it beautiful? And I think it will be. So let's have a little look. So you're getting a sneak peek. What's a sneak peek? Sneak peek of something that will be in an up and coming video. Just moving it around a little bit just to try and make sure there's no air bubbles. I need to make sure it's flat. I surprisingly don't have much left. Oh, I might try this one. Little pearly one. I'm excited to see what everybody's been up to and introduce myself to all the new kind people from all over the world that's popped in to say hello. This mould does look amazing, but I'm so excited to see what is this jewellery going to come out like. And this is going to answer some questions, because I was going to say, is it going to look better with opaque or transparent or jesmonite? So at least now I'm going to be using opaque first, and then I'll do some with some transparent. But I was a little nervous to use jesmonite because I don't want to ruin this beautiful mould, because I think this one cost me £29, which is very expensive compared to what I would normally spend on moulds. But when you see how many different pieces you get in here and that drizzle effect that should come from it, I'm hoping that it will pay dividends back to me, because I love wearing jewellery. Apologies as I'm just staring at this and popping this in. But I would love to know, do you have any requests for me? What would be a great benefit for you to see either on a live or in creations or with Jesmonite? I'd like to start taking some requests from you all, if possible, just to give me some ideas of what you would find a benefit. Do you feel that if I was to do one of my paintings with brush, like whether it be the ocean one or the turtles, and I did it a little bit each week with you, would you find value in that? I will come back and see what's going on in chat. I only have this green left, the turquoise spot. I think it's going to make lush jewellery. I just hope that it keeps some of these lines that's there. Be interesting. And then we're on clean-up time. And it's time for me to just hang out with you all for a little bit. Well, I think that's all I can do. And because it's been there that long, I don't believe I even need to torch this because I don't want to ruin my mould. And because it's the drizzly. Am I saying that right? It's all right. Now, I am going to take my gloves off and turn it around and see you all and see how you're doing. But I will show you where the pieces are before we go. All right, so this is the one where I wiped it off at the back. Some of those cells are still trying to come through, but that's got a nice feeling of the top of the water. This is the one with the mermaid trash, which has gone crazy with cells. So I'm not a lover of that myself. I think it's created a lot of emotion. And if you're doing the flat foam, you might enjoy that. I don't necessarily like it. I like cells if I was doing it in some colourful work. And that's with my trusted casting craft, which gives you that nice foamy, sprayy feeling. And then this is where we are with the moulds that I've just used for the end piece. I might have to just give my torch a quick flick over, but I really don't want to ruin my mould. But I have got something that I want to show you as well that I'm thinking of trying next week, which is cell base. So it's polar white and pitch black. This is from Elichem resins. Now the idea being is you put this as your base and then you put your colours through where you want and swipe them, and that should give you some nice cells. So let me know if you're interested in me doing a live demonstration. I have not tried this before, so I can do it live with you and we can learn together. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, I am going to crank this up and see what you've all been up to. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I'm just going to rotate you around one more time. Excuse the hair. I have had to put it in plaits and up. Bear with me while I just get you up. There we go. So let's let down the hair. Neil's going to do my roots tonight. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Now, what have I been missing? Let me have a little look at what's going on. And because it's all in a tent, it's all protected. So we need to do a video on what we can do with resin drips or resin nipples. Wonderful. I have loads of resin bits and would love to turn them into a geode. Oh yes, I've done a video many months ago, probably 2 years ago, where I created with my leftover resin. So maybe I could do that and we could do like a mosaic effect with them. I have loads of resin bits and would love to turn them into, yeah, we talked about that. Elichem is witchcraft stuff, Sharon. Oh, I love Elichem. Oh, love to see the cell case. Wonderful. So we'll do that then. I haven't worked with the thick biochem, but I do have this to try, which is the high build. So it's so thick, apparently we can make blobs and build it up. So that might be interesting. I mean, who doesn't want to make blobs? I'll work with blobs. So there's so many things we could be doing. Let me sort of see. Let me just get this right. You see my double chin, apologies. There we go, there we go. It's not very flattering, sorry. I've had to put my white jacket on just so that I'm not getting resin all over my arms. I believe Paula makes with jeans, leftover jeans, and puts around my arms. So what else have I missed as well? Oh, what did I say, Johnny? I bet it is. What did I say? Oh, yes, I do have long hair. It's like Rapunzel let down my hair. That's why it's got in resin a few times. So you would love to see the cell base? Absolutely, I can try that. Oh yeah, Ellie Chem. It's you know, everybody has their own opinion on what they love, and I've been working with this new resin which I enjoyed. Paula found them near her in Plymouth. I probably need to work with them, but I think with any resin, once you understand work time and everything like that, you'll find one that you bond with. Ellie Chem can be more expensive, but it's been tried and tested with me for years, so you can get a lot of versatility out of it. We saw the cell base. Johnny, what did I say? What's the... I missed a joke. Oh, no. Yes, he is. Video on what you do with your drip offs. We did that. Loads of resin bits. Love to see the cell base. Cell base, yes. Find value in your videos. Full stop. Oh, thank you, Christine. I really appreciate that feedback. Do you know what? Even if you can't do resin, I will bring mixed media into my channel. So hopefully there's something in there that you'll enjoy. Oh, so you would like to, Sharon, I'd like to watch you do your shopping for the entertainment one, because I just buy random stuff. I do. I can't stop spending. Neil's already told me how much I've taken over another room, and I'm like, no, you can always do stuff. You can always buy stuff. I go to buy one thing, and then before you know it, I've ordered 6. I could show you a video on me editing as well if you want. Dried fruit tray. I think you should do a next Bob Ross, and you'd love to follow it step. But I can do a Bob Ross with you. Would you like the Bob Ross in like the oil paintings, or the what type? I can do Bob Ross, no issues. Happy little accidents. Oh, what does he do? I just like to, oh, let me slap that brush. That's the best part of the job. Anyway, I definitely will read back over my clear cast. That's the one, Paula. It is amazing. Clear cast, I don't know if they do, but Paula, look at it, she's already on it. She'll give you the number, she's on it. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm really glad that I actually delivered some art that I feel represents me and not that crap from yesterday. However, it is a messy room still, but it is better than yesterday. And if you're ever having a bad day, get back on your horse, get your sage stick, cleanse your room, do whatever you need to do to reset, get your crystals around you, and then put some birds tweeting or some music and just go, whoo. But I did, before I started this, I sent a text to Paula and said, I'm going to get back on my horse. Otherwise, I think I'd have had stage fright and not done it again. But yes, so if you're up for it, I will be doing it again tomorrow. I am off work, so there might be some through the day and some in the evening, because I am thinking of doing a sculpture. So you might see that through the days, or I might do some flowers, so you'll get to see 3 stages through the day. But then I can also show you the results of the jewellery, and if I decide to do anything more with these oceans, which I might not need to do. I might not need to do it all. I might just add a little bit of shell, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, you've been evicted to the shed now. Oh, do you know what? There's never enough space. There is never enough space. I mean, I work in this incredibly small box room, which is tidy, but then I've taken over the big room, and then there's some in the garage. So one day I might have Don't stop being me. Oh, Patricia, thank you. I won't. I am authentically me. What you see is what you get. I am true to myself, and I am true to who I am through the day in my day job. But yes, you are awesome, Johnny. Thank you so much. All right, then. I think it's time to say goodbye so that Neil can do my roots. Look, because then you won't get to see this bird's nest in my videos. And I think I'm going to go slightly blonder, but I don't know if he'll be able to do that or whether I'll have to have my hair cut off at the end of it or it might go green. But yeah, we'll see. All right, thank you so much. Keep creating, keep safe. Come back and see me tomorrow so I can get over my stress of doing lives. And I just want to say, if you haven't already, thumbs up. But thank you all so much. It means the world to me, all your support and encouragement. So night all. Speak to you later. And thank you so much, Paula, and for all the subscribers and for all the channel members. Thank you. Speak to you later. Bye.